Girls of Reddit, what makes a guy creepy? No self-awareness or notion of personal boundaries, like when guys follow you around public places or follow you home intentionally and don't seem to understand what's really unsettling about that. I don't know if it's because I live in a big city, but this is surprisingly common. Constant, uninterrupted staring. Or when they get way too close to you when talking and kinda hover over top of you. When guys try to separate you from your friends. Like you're in a group and a guy suddenly pushes his way in and blocks you off. Guy, go out with me. Nah, no thanks. You married guy? So, by far one of my least favorite interactions. Also staring. Uninterrupted staring. It's worse if they don't even come talk to you. Makes me scared they're just going to follow me. When they only talk about sex or make every exchange about sex. Having sex is not a personality trait. When they consistently ask you out after about 3 times, it gets excessive and creepy. Plus if they try to contact you through more than 2 platforms, then it's creepy as well. When you can tell they don't look at you like a person but like a conquest. I have this guy at work who's a little weird, but every time he talks to me, it's like his preconceptions of who I am and what I think are all he sees. It's annoying. When if you don't reply immediately, he gets sad or needs something from you, or texts frown to make you feel bad. Speaking from personal experience. When much older men think that all the young women want to have sex with them. I've worked with a few men like this and it really creeps me out, especially when they look at a young woman and lick their lips. When a man starts checking you out while he's right next to his girlfriend or wife. This gets the creepy stamp of approval from me. Saying things like women like this and women don't like this, as if we're a hive mind, and you happen to know women's experiences better than them. I automatically assume you'll get angry at me and start yelling or creeping if I breathe wrong, and cause a ruckus in public if I tell you to leave me alone. Listen, I won't pretend to know the pros and cons of being a lad, if you don't pretend to know the pros and cons of being a lass. It's complex, it varies per person, and if you have trouble getting in with the entirety of a group of people of the same sex, it's totally on you. When a guy is pushy, flirting, whatever, but it bugs me when I'm having a good conversation and the guy suddenly is trying to meet up or is trying to get nudes. Like, fuck off. Developing feelings too quickly. I understand what it's like to be a person who falls hard for people, but there is a line. Like when you're talking to someone on a dating website, you've only exchanged 3 messages and the guy says he loves you. That, or guys who try to give you shoulder rubs. No, random man, I don't want you to touch me. It's a multitude of aspects, and a lot of people have touched on some of the points. Another point is the nice guy expectations. There's a fine line between caring for your friends and, creepily, trying to take care of a girl. The difference is often in the intent. If you are nice to someone for any reason other than like common decency and basic care that you would give to any other person, it's creepy, awkward and heavy with ultimatum. The creepy lines. I will mention I rode horses. I've heard in response, "You bet you rode those horses real good," while licking their lips and winking. A mix of what they say and demeanor. Not knowing your audience. Whether something is appropriate or not depends a lot on where you are and who you're with. Something that would be totally appropriate with your buddies can be inappropriate in a mixed social situation. For example, my brother-in-law shared a story about a woman who used her own vaginal yeast to brew beer. Would have been an interesting story for some friends at the bar. However, it was super fucking creepy at the annual family reunion. Not being able to tell what isn't appropriate is creepy. When they just stand like really close to me when I'm just trying to talk, or asking a lot of questions about my personal life when I hardly know them. Also watching me walk by then whispering to their buddies all around them, that really freaks me out. Leaving notes on the windshield of your car. I've had at least a handful of guys do this, and let me tell you, it is not cute, it is not endearing, it is not awe. It is, however, you've creeped me enough to know what my car looks like, where my house is, where I work, and where I do my grocery shopping. When they say smile, dude, I'm not here to make you feel good about yourself. I don't even know you. And no one ever in the history of ever smiled when someone they don't know tells them to. Comments about my race, I'm Indian, and the amount of times that a guy has called me exotic is disgusting. Like, stop, if you're going to compliment me, at least don't make it about my race or something. It would make my day if same guy said, "Hey, nice jacket," or "I think you look nice today." Also, when I come to complain to you how some other guy is making me feel uncomfortable, don't invalidate my fears or use the maybe he's just socially awkward excuse. I'm coming to you because I'm a bit afraid/creeped out and want the support of my friends. One night I was walking home at night in a shady part of our city and some drunk guy was walking behind me talking loudly and sometimes directly to me. I stopped to let him walk in front of me. He said, "You don't need to be scared." That just freaked me out more. He continued walking, but come on, as if telling some stranger not to be scared doesn't ring all the alarm bells. I'll put it this way: there is no such thing as the friend zone, there is only the "you won't take no for an answer, and am too scared you will verbally or physically attack me if I am any more blunt about it" zone. Putting their hand on your lower back or side as they move around you or to let you know they are there. I don't even care when a coworker occasionally touches my butt or boob at work when it's clearly an accident because we all work in close proximity. Doing it on purpose, however, to only the young girls, instead of using your voice or a touch to the shoulder to alert of your presence, is intrusive, unnecessary, and alarming. I think guys forget that women have a genuine concern about assault or even being murdered by men. So with that in the back of our minds when meeting someone new, a lot of things can unintentionally come off as creepy. Touching us without our consent, not necessarily sexually, just at all. Don't pick the lint off my sweater. Don't pat my arm. Do fucking not put your hand on my lower back to get by me for FK's sake. If you wouldn't do it to your male co-worker / neighbor / acquaintance, then don't fucking do it to us. Being called sweetie, sweetheart, hun, etc. by a man I don't know always creeps me out. Using any excuse to touch me, like sliding his hand across my lower back when walking past or trying to get by me. Staring, of course, especially in the gym. Suddenly asking personal questions like, do you have a boyfriend? Do you live alone? Like, dude, I don't know you. Trying to chat me up about 50 Shades of Grey because I'm a woman, so I obviously love it. I've never read it, or Twilight, and don't intend to. It's not my cup of tea. So you're not only assuming I have to like something because of my gender, and straight up accusing me of lying and being coy when I say I don't, but the thing you're insisting I like is pretty fetishy, even if only in a softcore way. Oh, and this entire conversation takes place at my desk at work. I am 4'11" and 80 pounds and 23. The other day I was hanging out with a friend and he said to me, "When I first saw you I asked someone if it was okay that a child was here. Then, when I found out you were 23, I thought I would like to get to know you." Yeah. When I show disinterest in the interaction and he continues to be pushy. For example, a guy can come up to me in public and tell me that he thinks I'm beautiful and it's not creepy. But, if I then say thank you and put my earbuds in or go back to my phone and he keeps persisting, it quickly becomes creepy. I think that men really just need to listen to women's cues more. Her body language / responses will tell you if she wants you to keep talking to her. Mean for no reason way the FK2 into violent things, for the sake of violence, like, you can own a snake and feed it live mice because you have to because it won't accept thawed frozen mice, or you can take maniacal glee and live animals suffering zero concept of bathing / hygiene. Ya nasty. Get out of here. City pigeons find puddles to groom in and you can't even wash your butt? Bafflingly hypersexual, with no ability to interact on a human-to-human basis. The dead shark eyes. They're either some muddy shade of black or ice blue, but they're flat and they don't blink and they have a 1,000-yard stare. Just because you have a disability, doesn't mean you should feel entitled enough that you aren't considered a threat. Note, don't slow down your electric wheelchair's speed to look at women's asses. Also, don't follow girls to their home / dorm rooms or try to come in if they don't specifically ask you. If I ever come in contact with another entitled pervert like the one I met in college, I will not hold back. I don't care if you can't walk, Jimmy, that doesn't mean I can't slap the shit out of you for being a creep. Not taking no for an answer, not respecting boundaries, treating humans as anything other than human, the goddess thing can be totally creepy. Ignoring consent, ignoring social cues, choosing what you want over what someone else wants or finds comfortable. Lack of self-awareness, forcefulness, aggressive inconsideration. Immediately talking about and wanting sex. It's okay to be attracted to someone and think about sex with that person, but you need to dial back on expressing that you feel that way right out the gate. Not responding to cues. If someone is chatty at the bar, you'll face them and smile, ask questions, give longish answers, etc. If I want to carry on or don't mind it, you'll face away or give short answers and few questions if I'm not interested. If you keep on after I've tried passively to not engage, I may get direct and try to get away. Don't follow. Also, physical space or super personal questions / comments are icky. Another one, offering to do favors / help out, then being pissy when I start dating someone else. I didn't know he was only helping me out to get in my pants. He never even asked me out or gave an indication that he liked me. Honestly, I probably would have gone on a date with the guy if had asked, but after that behavior, zero interest. I had a guy that I've seen like once in passing in my work building stare my car down when he saw me get into it today. So, that. Guys who apologize by saying something to make you feel sorry for them. For example, FK I hate myself, I'm so stupid, I can't believe I did that, please don't stop talking to me, I'm literally shaking, I'm such a dumb stupid waste of space, I should die, etc etc. Gay person here. When a guy says I can change your mind though, instant turn off. No buddy, you can't change my mind. If you feel the need to try and persuade me to change my sexuality for you, your DK is probably small anyway. Okay, as a bi-romantic guy, I've dealt with creepy guys. Here are a few observations. 1. Please don't keep showing up to my work just to talk to me. I'm being paid to do a job, not to socialize. 2. Don't try finding me on social media if you do have a crush on me. That's just as creepy. 3. Don't try finding out where I live. 4. Don't try touching me without my permission. I'm on the spectrum and I have to really trust someone before I'll let them touch me. It's your fault if I start screaming. 5. When you barely know me but you ask super personal questions. I just posted an ad on Craigslist looking for a roommate. I'm more than happy to post some of the 89 replies I've received from men who think the for rent section of CL is a branch of Seek in Arrangement. It's been a wild 24 hours. Also I'm scared. Ladies, please find another way to find roommates. This has been a fucking trip.